Ultra 81. That's Pontiac and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some little print shit for them to run up there and check out these spots. That's when we.
Yeah, that's when the last event that we went to, they was like, yeah, we just got somebody that said smoke something. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, you probably got it from Ted's. He was like, I don't know who, and I'm like, he started describing him, like, yeah. He was like, I don't know if that's him. I'm like, yes, that's him. He talking about, no, he had dreads. Like, yeah, that nigga. He telling me every detail. I kept telling it. It was the white guy though. That I forget his name, but
yeah, he might have got it from my partner, the black dude.
Yeah, and that's how we put two and two together.
Damn, so fuck around what beat? You gonna give me Arizona this year? So what's it like?
Arizona got a squad though. Them boys look.
I seen the highlights. I ain't
They're
gonna lie.
dominant.
Yeah.
And Arkansas ain't no scrubs. Yeah, them boys number.
Damn. It's so funny you see Alabama team move like this. And this gonna be their football team they'll be going crazy. Like, man. This shit go, you up now.
Michigan State beating UConn. Oh, it just started.
Yeah, but shit, hey, still fucking around and get on.
All right, brother, we ready. Oh, for sure. I'm about to move my bag too.
I know you be having some. You got an extra mic on you?
Oh, I swear, I thought to bring one too.
Yeah, that's all good.
I didn't bring it, but I swear, I'm like, nah, they got everything set up.
Yeah, I forgot one of the mics.
I'm just great. Let me check myself. So I want to see if there's one mic my mama that gave work for the too. For sure. Maybe it's a little smaller though, but if it works, you can.
Yeah.
That's why my girl be telling me all the time, follow your first mind.
Oh God. Oh God. What? Manifestation, hell yeah, 6 months. Oh man, what? I was on that nigga head. I'm like, hey, so you heard what the judge said, right? So you get back to the D. Just stay your ass in the house.
That's exactly what niggas is not gonna do.
Man, you got a 6-year-old daughter, man, spend time with your daughter. Damn, she's 8 now. Damn.
No, I'm praying for the best. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah. Temptation. You gotta fight that shit.
especially like the circumstances and how you take me out shit happen.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit gets done, they go right back.
You did what I'm saying?
I was looking back at the option shit. I'm like, I wrote this shit. Like on SoundCloud, it's like, huh? But yeah, it just came from me getting my brain on everything.
That's my shit right there. Okay.
Alright, let me take this.
Plus you got his name too. This one is gonna be a tighter, like a tighter hand. This is the one that's why I put that one right there.
And right now it is on the overshot. You cool with that?
Yeah,
Awesome, sure.
Got the Kelvins on display. I've been curious myself because I know it's like a ton of creators in Detroit, and I see we need our own section on Tubi. Honestly, there's so many independent filmmakers, but it's like now it's time to like I know you audition and everything. It seems like it's grab the bull by the horns time and just like shoot.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, that's what he do. That's literally what he. That's literally what he do.
Yeah,
Man, it is. I mean, it's so.
right. My people be cussing me out so much, like, dog, what are you doing? But it's I'm a strange artist. I start learning that the more I'm leaning into all of this stuff. Sensitive too. Like,
No, man.
Going on hold.
We all yeah, all good. Yeah, I did that too.
No friends.
What's on the hold? This Blaze doing.
I forgot they was back open.
Mm-hmm. They be open late too. We're all fast, like after 9 o'clock.
Oh, no. Appreciate that.
Go, go.
Sit on.
All right.
You could clip it on you. So connect it to it. Recording this one.
You already recorded this.
All right, this is Smoke Sound Podcast. It's the Visionary Mind. I see it, I think it, I make it happen. We got some dope people with me today. I'm gonna introduce y'all. We got Jams right here. He's a filmmaker, actor, man of many tricks. Got my guy Stoney on the podcast for the first time. A fellow podcaster, creator, a visionary, a man of many tricks. How y'all doing? How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. It's good to do.
So,
See the operation.
yeah, for sure, man. We expanding. We adding different elements to the pod. Ultimately, the goal is just to be consistent and to continue to do what we do. So, for you, you're here to promote your fire show. Like, tell us how you started creating the shows and how you curate your content. How did that start for you?
I guess I'll say it started as me as an artist. I started music first, just writing. Coming from experience, and then eventually, well, I guess I was doing both. I was doing both. I was acting and doing music, but overall music. Then when I got into acting, it just kind of like took more of the passion, I guess.
Yeah.
It started from just getting, it seemed like it was a weight getting lifted off my shoulder. Like every class I would take,
Right.
every exercise or whatever, every role I would get. I was scared at first. Like, okay, I don't like that, bro. But I wanted to keep going. That weight lifted, feeling lighter.
Yeah, for sure. conversation with you on how you started your content creation, your filmmaking, how you started to do what you do. So how did you start doing what you do?
Man, it started from, I won't say a fluke, but I really challenged myself. I started, the very first video I created was on my birthday. It was a tribute I did to my grandmother. She was like onset of dementia. I was just like coming to terms with a lot of stuff about her. And so I just got the idea. Actually, I started with a Galaxy S10, and that was the first thing I was recording with, man. I didn't have a computer, I did all my edits from there and all of that. But it kind of just, that bug bit me. You know, like I had some issues with the camera, man. I was like, I had nerves every time I sat in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And I remember my mama was just getting on me like, you had all of these events and I don't have no pictures of you. I'm like, that's on purpose.
That's intentional.
Stay away from the camera, but it was like, I challenged myself to find a presence in front of the camera and get over this ridiculous fear I had. And then I started learning, it was like, this is right before the pandemic. I was going through a divorce. I had a whole lot of free time. There was a lot going on in my life, but I just found myself with this like newfound interest, and I took it from there. And like, I mean, it's legit. I mean, I can still use it today. It shot 4K. I learned the different settings of the camera and what's this ISO, shutter speed, aperture. All of this stuff is so foreign to me. I just started like learning what it meant, how it affected the picture, and I'm like, all right, man. So I'm a movie buff. I'm into the filmmakers. I got my favorites and all of that. I'm heavy into film, but I'm such a baby that I gotta slow
Take your
walk
time.
this thing. I let everybody know when I open up my channel. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure this out together. So it's been like just developing over the years. I like real passion, and it just started expanding into all this other creative stuff. I find myself like, this is an obsession at this point. So I'm just trying to figure out like, where do I fit in all of this? That's all.
Yeah, I can attest to what both of y'all said. It's like I started the same way. I started more so on the editing side, just watching TV and just figuring out like, you watch the NFL, you get those little shots of like the control room, where like, you try to figure out what they doing, they editing, they video switching. They got a million cameras in the field, and you just try to figure out how do they work. So then your curiosity just turn into like something to where you like, okay, now I'm doing it. Like, okay, now how can I go further and do that? So I can agree with y'all. Yeah, like you develop a skill set. Like a lot of people just feel like, oh, I got a camera, point, shoot, all right, cool. Like it's editing, it's all this other different shit that you got to do in between time, and just having time just to do it.
Yeah.
But so back to so you was talking about like you were acting and different things. Like when did you take that? When did both of y'all take y'all next steps into y'all creations? And instead of it being more like an idea, but just taking that next further step.
For me, it was not getting casted or nothing. I went to like every audition from 2019 to 2023. They wasn't picking. They wasn't picking me for nothing. And me just being me, and just being an artist, being a creative. I would write games, try to write stories. And then eventually, the opening of my show literally just came out. I was like, this is the type of project I would like to do.
Right.
Because everything I would see that I didn't get cast for, I remember that title. And I see it on Tubi. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually happy I didn't get cast for it. And I'm like, I like suspenseful mystery type of vibes, whatever. So I just suspended off of that genre style after I did that show. And it just years. It took 2 years to finish up. It was working. It was a lot of learning experience and whatnot. But that's how it started first. It's my first thing that writing, producing, directing.
Doing the whole everything.
So that's when it started. That was the inspiration. Thank you.
So did you ever audition for anything or go that route as far as
Not
like
like a official like project. I got caught up in man, I can't remember the name of the company, but they was doing like open casting around the city, and I went out there and found out like it's kind of like an agency.
Oh, okay.
So
Kind of like one of them like recruitment.
yeah, something like that.
type of place.
I went out there just like out of curiosity. It's like an itch I always wanted to scratch, and then it was the first time I was like, all right, well let me go see it. And I found out like profile and all that kind of stuff is some stuff that worked for me. If I find myself in this space, you know, I might be able to do a little something. But what ended up happening is I found my love on the other side of the camera.
Right.
So just from playing around, I started doing reaction videos and that kind of stuff just to get the reps in.
Yeah.
I was more so worried about like image quality, and then it was all like technical stuff. Like I'm just trying to get the reps in and like really take the camera off automatic, because that's cheap. Man. I think you get such a better picture when you got full control of the camera, but people don't know that until you take that plunge and take all of the training wheels off. So I'm kind of like a thrill seeker. I like challenging myself. I like new challenges. That's the kind of stuff that keep me up at night and like get me up in the morning. So like I fell in this space and was like almost like the world is yours. Like I could take so many different directions. I want to see like
Which way they go? Yeah. YouTube University for y'all.
Hell yeah.
I swear.
University.
I tell everybody, it's no joke. Like I talk to my bro. I tell them all the time. Half of the shit that I done learned as an adult, but
oh yeah.
like anything you can think of, like an adult should know, I learned off YouTube.
Everything, yeah.
Change a tire, YouTube.
Everything.
Put a lens on the camera, YouTube.
All y'all men out there change a tire. It's on YouTube.
Bro, it's on YouTube.
No excuse.
It's a step by step too, and they do it for every car. You know, some cars you got like the little weird spare tire, different shit. Like
Oh yeah.
I had a Nissan Pathfinder that had like we had to hit a crank, drop the tire, and I didn't know how to do it. I'm just sitting there like, I don't got roadside. It's raining, like fuck it, I'm not.
YouTube.
Yeah, that shit crazy. But yeah, certificate.
Yeah, I got mine.
No, for real. Like, if you look at my screen time on anything, I'm on YouTube more than anything. Like, so much shit you can learn on there. So much shit you can like figure out in like that nigga with time, for sure. Especially like content creation. I did like I got a bachelor's in YouTube. Camera lens go here. What light is? Even if I do buy this shit, I be wanting to camera replace. I'm gonna sell it. Get this one. Get this camera. I'm gonna try it. Like it's trial and error. Like I know what bro was just saying. Like where he was saying like he felt a little bit uncomfortable or was trying to figure it out. I did a lot of terrible shit just to figure out like, okay, damn, this is actually terrible. I thought this shit was sweet. People liking it, people commenting, but if I go back and look at some of my old shit, not even podcasts, just like, cause I do videos, so I just go back and look like, damn, I could have done a lot better, right?
So I think the biggest hurdle for me to get over, and it was so simple, but I didn't understand, like no matter what camera I'm using, if I understand light, it almost don't matter. That was so like eye-opening for me. It's like, oh man, I've been trying to figure out how to get this picture.
Yeah.
It's all about how you light it. And the better you do it up front, the less work you got to do on the back end.
The back end is the terrible part. you sit there figuring like, damn, I should, gotta get on YouTube, gotta figure it out. So what, from your perspective, because I watched the clip that you sent me, but from your perspective as the creator, what's the concept of the show? Explain it to everybody and explain it to bro so we can get a comparison.
For sure. It's so like I said, it's on the suspense and crime side of TV. It's about three guys who are under the chief of police for a chance of freedom. So two out of the three are prisoners, and the third guy is on trial. Starting trial. This is the first episode. So that's like the gist. That's the plot. Do the chief hold up his end of the deal? That's what we got to keep watching. He rules with an iron fist.
So like, what part of like the creative process did you want to make it more like police heavy? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Like I didn't necessarily want to make it like the police way. It was just, what world, you know what I'm saying, we gonna live in, or we watching this show, who can have this much hold over a man, men,
Yeah.
3 men at that, and there's only so much they can do. You know what I'm saying? The authority, there's only so much you can do when it comes to them, you know what I'm saying? And the chief at that. So, yeah.
So like, are they crooked cops? Are they like under some type of suspense or like internal affairs? Like,
He's the chief of police, so he's the chief of
the department?
yeah, so he is pretty much cricket, but he sell it so well that he's like, okay,
You don't know if he crooked
or not.
You can tell, it's underlined, but you can tell.
pretty much. And so he sell it so well where it's like he give us everything in the first episode, pretty much. And by the end of that first episode, like it's like, all right, now I gotta put my foot down because y'all don't see what's happening right here. What I'm giving y'all already, you know what I'm saying? It's just a taste, you know. So by the end of the first episode, we gonna raise that eyebrow, but by the second episode, it's like, okay, it was a tough time, you know.
So like, what part of the city you filming in? Like, as far as
We filmed on the east side of Detroit for the most part, and Hyde Park.
okay.
On
So
the east side.
not too far from here.
Yeah, not too far. Yeah, I'm from the east side, so I know like just a lot of spots. Just grew up. This store, you know what I'm saying? Just run off the back, 'cause, you know. It's a store where it's like you can enter from front to back, and like the guy was running from two people, so I'm like, yeah, I already knew where I was gonna go with that one. And so yeah, mainly east side, and we got some Hyde Park.
So are you shooting it and directing, or are you just directing?
I'm just directing, not sure. Directing, I'm also in it as well.
Okay.
I want to be there.
Yeah. I did keep that. Like, was that conflicted? Because I know, like, sometimes when you create some, like initially, I tell people all the time, this podcast I wasn't supposed to be on camera. Like, I was going to, like, direct it or curate it. I kind of wanted to be like one of them white shows. Like, you know, you see somebody at like one of these Cali weed farms. You know, somebody's behind the camera, but you're just getting like, you're talking to growers, weed stories, stoners alike. Like, it was supposed to be more so like that, not so like me on camera.
Okay, I can see that.
Like more like a Vice show. Like, the network Vice, you would put 2 and 2 together. It wasn't necessarily for me to be on camera. How was that like for you?
That was the easy part. Like I said, I was an actor. You know what I'm saying? I was an actor overall, and it's just took off because I wanted to get to work. You know, that's it became difficult at times directing and acting because I'm just focused on like I'm trying to make whoever if the actors were coming what do you need? You know, let me know what you need from me more. And let's, you know what I'm saying? So I can tell them, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know, what I need to tell them, what I need, what I want. And you know, me, it's like, damn, I wish I could have had somebody, you know, just let me know more of this, less this, just because it's my show. Like, yes, I know the characters, but it's cool to have somebody like, all right, Tony's down.
Yeah, the time and everything.
Yeah, like, it's, you know, but, because when I look back at it, because I also edit this entire show.
Okay.
So, looking back at it, I'm like, when it came to me, I'm like, I could have did this better, or just this different type of level, but my head was just all over the film. Just making sure everything went well, you know, everybody had what they needed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was the only difficult part.
How critical are y'all in your work? Because I know I'm critical. It's some episodes that ain't gonna never see the light of day. Simply for the fact I feel like we'll get canceled, but then I'm like, nah, we can't get canceled because we at a certain level. So you kind of fly on the radar when you go at it. You can say certain shit, even though if it's the truth. But like, I'm super critical of like certain shit that I do. Certain,
Yeah, that might, you know, that
yeah.
we could get canceled.
I don't think we would cancel now because we at a certain level we can fly on the radar.
Yeah.
But maybe about a year from now, somebody watch that shit. They're like, y'all niggas is what the fuck was y'all thinking about? Y'all said what? Like, nah.
I'm so, and then on help because I'm so indecisive.
Right.
And I realized that I was so indecisive. And because I was in, people, like, I actually had, you know, friends tell me, bro, you're indecisive as hell. How? Because I want this and want that, but when I sat there and really think about some shit, I'm like, man, I do. Like, I could,
You
know,
could
you
piece
had
it
that
together
one,
and
two
figure it out.
thing, it's
Yeah.
like, because this XYZ, but then this XYZ, and then this XYZ, and I'm just going back and forth, like, what you know what? Okay, never mind. I'll think about it tomorrow. I'll be in the same spot.
You gave me a crazy look when I asked that question.
Because, man, I'm the kind of critical where people have to tell me you too hard on yourself. Like, a lot of things, like you said, it's a lot of things that I recorded, rapped, all of that, and it's like, this will never see the light of day. And it's not even, it's probably not even that bad. It's like, dog, I'm such, it'll never be a bigger critic of me than I am of myself. And I had to learn how, like, even in communication, because I've been AI crazy. A lot of people wonder, like, yo, what's up with you over there?
I've been watching the videos and stuff you posted.
AI.
Doing a lot of like AI TV shows, AI skits. And one of them even looked like a commercial. Like I had to double.
Oh yeah, I got like two of them. I made trailers. I got like a kid show in production. That's probably gonna be the first thing to fully come out. I got like good responses from that, and it's like a passion project too. It's connected to my son. Superhero. I got a suspense show. I got a reality show, and then like a drama. So all of those like. Yeah, like character development. Like I don't mess around. It's not like I'm not the kind of person that like, yo, chat, create me something and slap my name with it. Like I mean every detail down to the freckles on somebody's face. I tell people like the more description you come with, the better for your product. Like it's not filling in the gaps. So like it's like this is. I almost sound like a spokesman for AI here lately, but it's like it's just like it popped the top off whatever I thought was possible, and it opened me up to so much, man. I made today. I was working on the app. I already have one created. I did a website. Like it's more than just the image and video generation. I'm all in, and I see it like this is the internet times 10, but it's still. The train is still at the station. It didn't take off yet. So like I encourage a lot of people. It was a what you call it, web designer. He was like kind of pissed. He's older. He's like, man, the people don't understand. You know, they go into AI for all these logos and all this stuff. And like it's a lot of skill involved that you develop. And it's like, yeah, I feel you. Actually, you got the advantage. People in film, they know the language. They can come in here and like Higgsfield is a feature heavy website. You do a lot with that. It's a cinema studio. I mean, I can pick the camera, the lens, what kind of shot it is, camera movement. It's full control. So it's a lot you can do. They got the advantage because they know the language. They've been on sets and all that kind of stuff. It just helps you produce faster and better. It's not, it's going to replace some people's jobs, but at the same time, the people that are already privy to this kind of stuff, like you got a leg up on the competition, you already ahead of the game.
Yeah, you fully equipped.
Yeah, so I would say don't fight it, like figure out how to make it work for you. That's what I think, because there's going to be a lot of people that get left behind. I see it.
But even with the AI, it's still like, I look at it more like animation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's plenty of room and enough space for animation and in that type of like movies or cartoons or like even like drama to even like stuff content that can be like considered like a drama. There's room for that. So like, why do you think people kind of look down on AI versus like just looking at it for what it is?
Because of fear, that's one. Number two, and they call it like AI slop. That's one of the things I see a lot of people say about videos because it's soulless.
Yeah.
Because people haven't figured out how to generate the emotion that you get from humans. It's kind of hard to replicate with AI.
Yeah.
They don't do a real good job. Like certain programs are better at like natural movement. There's certain ones that are better with like the colors. Certain programs generate better lip sync. So it's like it's pros and cons. You got to weigh them out for whatever it is you're trying to create, and that take a lot of practice. I just spent a lot of money because it's pay to play.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money just trying to figure out what's the go-to for this right here. Because I even have, like, unofficially, I'm like an AI consultant. Like, people come and ask me for certain stuff. I get asked about, like, images and stuff like that. So I, like, create some stuff for somebody, send it to them. What you think about that? We kind of collaborate, and I should probably have a business doing this much stuff like that. Like, people not even seeing 10% of the stuff I create. And it's just, like I keep saying, it's mad scientist mode, man. Like right now, it's like, I don't even know how to like explain to people with so many possibilities, man. Like every day I'm creating something new, and sometimes I sit back and be like, damn, I made that. It's I don't know if you saw the Mother Nature video.
Probably did.
It was a lot of black women in like Africa. It's like a natural setting. That's the kind of stuff that's like I push the boundaries. I don't know where I'm gonna be able to sell something like that, but it's artistic. It's not slick. You know what I'm saying? It's like
But it's also like different niches and different values within that you can find that space for that. A lot of people, because when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, bro, his name was naked, and I was like, oh, all right.
it's like it's full of nudity, but it's like I said, it's artistic. It's like I like to pair music with stuff and tell stories with that too. So it's like it's two different vibes. It's a whole switch from the first half of the video to the second, and it's like celebrating the nature of women. It's like connecting them to trees and the roots and how they're the givers of life. It's like a lot of people sat there and watched it, and I thought it was gonna be you freak ass boy. But you know, people got that. Okay, like you're not just throwing something out there. It's like a lot of thought behind it. Like it's a full production. It's just like where do I market something like this? I don't know. And like I said, I push the boundaries. I have some spirited discussions back and forth with like Jack because some of the stuff I want to create is like, whoa, like I came. It's a superhero family I created.
Okay.
So they got this gold fist. It's like a crest. That's like the logo, right? So with the woman, her weapons is 2 whips. A staff to break into 2 whips. With the husband, his weapon is this long gold chain, right? With the boy, he got 2 golden fists, 2 golden gloves for fists. He raised one of them in the air. That's how he power up. That's like his electrical charge. And then Chuck was fine with all of that. Because I'm like, we taking the weapons that they used against us, we turn them into the same thing we do with a lot of other stuff, you know. We make it work for us. I get to, okay, so the first like kind of enemy for them is this giant purple pig. And it's the combination of the red and blue. But it's coated. You know, it's like you think about it. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant pig, and it's like terrorizing the people of the city. But they was like, okay, I get the political satire, I get what you're trying to do, but I cannot create this image where he is oppressing any ethnic group of people. They definitely can't be lined up against a fence. And it's like, I'm trying to portray these images, and even with like just the generation, they like, whoa, that's too far. But even though they understand what I'm doing has like an artistic value to it, it's like I got limitations to certain stuff that I can't create here. So we can change this. Oh, I had Jesse Jackson on the mural, and they like, we definitely can't use recognizable figures. So it's like
They draw the line.
I run into a lot of problems, and just like my mind is not basic. I'm sorry. Like it's a lot going on in my head. So. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to make all of this work, but I'm always like running into something where it's like, all right, how we get around this? Yeah.
For real, it's needed. It's so needed. It's so safe now. Nowadays, entertainment. So that's my which, you know what I'm saying? When you find your way around that, do it.
Safe is too cushy. But who are some of the actors that you got in the TV series?
They hold a special place in my heart because it took 2 years to finish this, and pretty much the main people in the show they stayed with me. And mind you, these are some people that out here working. They working and they always make time for this show. One, I'm gonna say first I'm gonna say Karan. Some of y'all might know.
I know.
My homie, that's my dog. He an artist. He got his foot in this acting thing. He helped me out with a lot too. So I'm always appreciative of him. But he played Ray in the show. And we have Devin Banks who played Rocky in the show. So me and Devin come out pretty much like the main guys. The Chief, yes. Jonathan Crawford. That's his name. Yeah, he played Chief back then. Yeah, like we pretty much like the main ones. The whole cast. I'm gonna say these other ones real fast. They pretty much in the plot. We got Brittany Chanel, who's pretty much like the main woman in the show. Great actor. Teflon Tan. Dope. Reese RP. Dope as hell. I don't know the best name. He's like one of the main ones. gonna say Rocky.
Yep.
It's Rahman Lasser. Okay, I think I did better than I think. But AKA Rocky. He played Marcus in the show. Yeah, I'm like the main cast right now.
So like for both of y'all's opinion, like just TV shows in general, like could be like all fairly in the same age range or around the same age range. What type of TV shows do you feel like we're missing nowadays? Because I feel like there's no more shows like A Different World that made you want to go to college and it made you want to do like that type of thing. Most of the shows are kind of like more so niche and kind of saturated as far as like different elements. So like what type of shows do y'all think that we miss? I feel like we're missing like shows that are for younger people, like that'll make them wanna like that'll influence them in a way where they wanna like do something positive, like where they can relate. We had Degrassi when we was growing up, like even that has like some fucked up shit in there, but like at least it influenced you to be like, alright, I'm gonna do this shit or I'm gonna go a different direction.
I would say definitely a more positive way or messages. We don't have the influence or like we do have the influence, I'm sorry. We do have the influence, but it's not more so positive, I feel like. It's great. A lot of stuff can be great, right?
No, it's definitely some great writing.
Yeah.
It hit you with different plot twists. Like I be on watching different shows, like I said, YouTube, Tubi, different like streaming. It's some great writing. I just feel like sometimes it can be just a little different as far as like the message I'm trying to portray. Like, you can do the same show, but what is the end all be all about the show? Like what are you trying to like resonate?
Well, honestly, I wish they could figure out a way, because they still make sitcoms. They didn't figure out a way to transition it to like modern times. Because like, what's the show with Mike Epps and like Wanda Sykes and all them on Netflix? It's like that format don't really work today.
Nope.
Like it's some funny parts of the show I like, but I noticed like not just there, like Tim Allen had came back with a show. There's a lot of people trying to return back to that sitcom format, and today it just falls flat. So they got to figure out. I think it's a lack of creativity in the mainstream. My favorite people right now are more independent. Like I don't know if y'all know Big John.
Yeah.
Big John is like a standard for me right now. I'm like that's somewhere in that wheelhouse. Like I like the stuff he doing, even though it's like more comedic. Like he's into the comedy, but I like the fact that it's like there's so many people that sell black trauma. It gotta be some smut. That's just my word right now. I don't know why. There's a lot of other ways that we live life that like don't get the chance to get like a showcase. That's why I appreciated Atlanta, even though they started with some stereotypical stuff. It's a rapper and his journey, but like
it got better over time.
It showed you so many different aspects of the different characters and all of that. It's like sometimes you sit there and you be like, damn, what happened this episode? You know, because it's not like overly dramatic or nothing like that. It's kind of like people living life and, you know, other people get to do that. And it's fine. And with us, we got to be on display doing some circus stuff. That's the only thing I don't like. It just seems like it's easy to lean into that.
I feel like the last show that kind of fit what you were just saying would be kind of like Blackish. And even then, it was still even though it hit you with family stereo.
Blackish, I think they tried to keep that A Different World legacy with Grownish when they went to college, it's like that was the closest thing to modern day.
That you gonna get.
Yeah, and then it's like, damn, but they moved to like, what was it, man? ABC Family didn't change so many times. I think it was like Freeform or something like that. It's like, it's a little harder to find. It's not accessible as like Blackish was on ABC.
Yeah, props on.
So I don't know. I think they don't believe there's much of a market out there, so it's kind of easier for them to just like put it on the show.
But I hear they doing different ways. Different way.
Yeah, but it can't be different world. It gotta be like different. It gotta be different because if we just put the parent, the old cast as the parents or work at the school, like we seen that with Bel Air. Like Bel Air was a modern version of first, and people didn't like it. So you gotta be different, but you also gotta like hit those key points of like, hey, this is different, but it's not the same format as the old show. It gotta be unique.
I feel like the writers gotta start, like you said, it's time to be creative. The choices we learn this in the classes. Make these choices. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. Sometimes that bad choices be good for leadership. You know what I'm saying? For that influence, especially like the younger generation that's coming up, they are like the big viewers. I feel like the choices is a thing. Make them choices. Good or bad, it gotta be bad. I don't mind it. Like I remember Snowfall. I don't know if y'all remember.
Fire.
I didn't make it through the first season.
A lot of people say
Hold on. What was it for you?
It was a lot of the same, and I got conflicted because John Singleton is one of my favorite filmmakers. But first of all, there was a scene that they didn't even show what happened, but it was enough where it was like, all right, man, you know what? Like, why didn't we just take this turn? And I couldn't find my way back to the show after that. It was like, all right, man.
But I'm gonna play devil's advocate. The show and how we look at it was his idea, but it was not worked or thought out through him because in the middle of the first season he died.
Right.
But even when he was on set, it wasn't his show. He was just the face for the network. That's why Freeway Ricky Ross didn't get paid. That's why a lot of different people, it was a disconnect from the show. They wasn't supposed to make it after that first season. He died. Rick Ross was already like yeah, I didn't get paid. That's my story. So they had to pivot and go in a whole different direction. And I think what you talked about happened in like the first and second season.
Yeah,
It was the first.
It was just like, I come on. I actually, like, I heard about some discrepancies they was having with John Singleton when it came to Tupac bio. That's why he ended up slipping through his fingers and some stuff he wanted to do that was just like, come on, man.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Like, what are you doing? So I realized, like, John Singleton is actually a weirdo. All respect to him because he got some, like, classic work in the black sphere of filmmaking. Like, I just realized we make a lot of jokes about this movie because it's always on BET. Baby Boy is a fantastic piece of work. And I had to get like a lot of separation from that movie to go back and watch it and actually appreciate it for the characters, for the, what am I trying to say? Like character development. Yeah, it's the character development, it's the hidden stuff that's like, it's in your face, but it's also hidden. Like that garden is important in that movie.
The garden is important, but if you think about it, like he was trying to break a cycle that was already kind of like bred for him. Like his mama had already dated a nigga before they picked that brother, his older brother, out. He get killed, and he just missed all those different elements his brother had to go through just by a millisecond. Then if you think about it, like even with the whole relationship dynamic, he was way younger than Yvette. He was only like 1920s. She was like in her mid-20s. He was younger than both his baby mamas.
Yeah.
Then you get to the point that where it's like, he was just talking about this the other day. Was the little boy really his son? Because it's like, before he came over there moving them and took her car and did all the other shit, Ronnie had just got locked up. Where and what time did they have his baby?
Oh yeah.
When did they have it? He was gone for a couple years.
Yeah.
So he go to jail. You all had a baby. You pillow talk to him to Jody. He come back around, and then Jody got to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right. So it don't like it makes sense because we obviously we didn't see any situations like that. But where and when? How long was he locked up? When did y'all have a baby? Was the baby Jody baby? Because in the beginning of the movie she got an abortion.
But that's how we start.
How do we even know? How do we even know that's his baby? Ronnie had just got locked up.
Yeah. It's a lot about that movie. I gotta. It was hard for me with Melvin, and it didn't have nothing to do with the kitchen scene. It was like, oh, why is he messing with him like this? But then, and listening to him, he like, this ain't nothing but a rerun for me. He was actually trying to tell him a lot of stuff. Bro, I've been through this before. And then they had their moment where, he went, grabbed the gun from him, cleaned it up and all of that. It's like, he had an understanding of what was going on without even being there to see it. And it was like, that's where he finally kind of, broke through.
Right.
But it's so many days, like Melvin and then the mother. Them two, they became like the two most important people in the movie to me. I was paying attention to them and like just the wisdom.
You don't think Sweet Pea? Because he was wise too.
Sweet Pea was like, I like him.
Omar.
Yeah, I like his character because he was probably like, it was just so authentic. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to hide nothing. It was what it was. Like, man, what you good at? Robbing. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm trying to figure this out before I do something to put me in a worse set of circumstances. But I don't have no skills. I don't really know nothing else, man. So, like, he couldn't even sell the dress. It's just like his frustration level was just like, he was intense.
Yeah, but you could tell just on the positives, like he was trying to figure it out. He had it more figured out than Jody.
Yeah.
But Jody just had those different elements as a man that he was patient, but he was a fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Pea was a fuck up, but he had it figured out. He knew what he wanted to do. Like he didn't when he said, "Oh, you can sell these dresses," it wasn't nothing. Like, "Yo, my phone, I'm about to sell them." Then when you can't sell them, it's like, "Why the fuck I can't sell them?" Like, I don't know. He had it figured out, but he just couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
What's some of y'all favorite movies? All time.
Off top, I like. Well, okay, first I want to say Meet Joe.
Okay.
Oh, that's different, man. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, that's a different one.
That one goes as the scene, like the tone of it.
Because that's more so like a comedy, right?
Like a rom-com type vibe. Major Pain, one of my favorites.
That's an underrated movie.
Man, that's
That's one of the ones where we were just conversing about where it's like it's like a lot of drama. Like that's the like yes this is a good movie. Yes We see this every day.
That movie stressed us out.
I think we get tired of a lot of movies just the shit that we see every day. Like, yeah, we want to see people like us in movies and directing doing that, but we don't want to. I can see that on the news. I can see that on TikTok if I wanted to see somebody do that and go on a run. Like, we want to see other type of shit that. Yeah. I even told somebody like it would be dope if somebody had an idea to where, like, you remember Michael Jackson, Remember the Time? Make that a movie about like black people being, you know what I'm saying, ancient times or like being royalty or something like that. Like, and you ain't gotta make
it mythical.
Yeah, but you ain't gotta go to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X route like Black Panther did, where you got one good, one bad, but they both the same. They end up dying in different parts of different movies.
What they call him, like anti-hero or something.
Yeah.
Shit, that's why Eddie Murphy is such a gem, because he came out the gate with like Coming to America and Boomerang, like these movies that ain't nobody even recreating. Like this is they classics. Like, and he just took a chance and. Like, bro, who had the idea for like Zamunda? And he fleshed it all out where you got real royalty.
Yeah.
And I got there's certain people I can't believe I got so much reverence for it, but it's like because I love film the way I do. And I see it a lot different now as a grown man.
Yeah.
I love Whoopi Goldberg for her being a pioneer. Like I was watching Eddie and Sister Act 2 was one of my favorite movies. Man, my favorite movies, this like, okay, Enemy of the State, Sister Act 2, Dark Knight.
That's the one, Lord.
Yeah, that's the second one. Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan. What else? You ever heard of Talk to Me? The P.D. Green bio? It's like, there's a lot of stars in there. Don Cheadle, it's Taraji, Cedric.
That one kind of fly on that right.
Yeah. It's that's a movie for the people that have seen it. They're like, oh yeah, that was a good one. But you never think about it. Like when you think about films, I love that whole story. And Don Cheadle, as P.D. Green just sold it for me. He did a knockout job with that movie.
We're gonna get back to the original question about your favorite movies. But what was the plot of that? What was the plot of that movie?
Which one?
Talk to me.
It was just a bio. It was like showing P.D. Green's life starting from when he finessed his way out of jail and into he was like protesting outside of the radio station and ended up getting a job. Like basically challenging them, like, man, y'all ain't talking about nothing for real. And once he got in there, like he changed radio. That's where, like, if y'all ever heard Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club, that's like one of his big inspirations is P.D. Green. So he's just somebody that was like, tell it like it is. If I'm going down, I'm gonna go down swinging, the way I know how to. I'm not going to play the game. I'm not worried about the FCC. Y'all worried about that.
One of the people you can't cancel because if you don't like their style, you're not a fan. But most people have fake outrage and be like, oh, yeah, he said this, and they be like, you wouldn't even listen. You didn't hear the context of what he said.
Weird.
What was your other movies?
What did I say? I love. You can name a lot of movie movies. It's The Associate, it's Eddie, it's Sister Act 2.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm sleeping.
She got some like quality movies though. It's just like she is.
She's so TV heavy.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah, 2000s with that 90s movie.
Yeah. I'm sleeping on her.
Okay.
Like, I might have to go back in the bag.
I did my homework. I have to do my homework. Like I said, I got heavy into like this crap. Just do my homework. A lot of people actually like without a price, so like probably two or three movies. So, like I just said my Whoopi in general.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was like, wait, hold on, she out here.
Yeah, because there's some movies y'all just mentioned out of there, but I'm like, man,
Yeah, she got some dope. Another one for me is Cuba Gooding Jr. Jerry Maguire.
That's a well-known underrated movie. Like people who know the movie,
Yeah.
but then when they had to watch it, like, oh damn, this shit was really good.
Yeah.
Damn. What the fuck? I'm definitely sleeping on it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like outside, no, you know what, I'm tripping. One of my favorite movies, Color Purple.
Oh my God.
That's one of my favorite movies.
My sister loved that movie.
That's one of my favorite movies. And it's my favorite, it's one of my favorite movies because of the concept. And people just look at like how you talk about the trauma. But if you really think about it, like people miss the concept of she was writing letters to God, trying to get read. Like I like that part, but like the heartfelt part, all that other shit. You feel me? It's hit or miss. But once I got an adult, really realized that was the purpose of the movie. I love her, man. And she got to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of the movies now, if you did a movie like that, they both would have died. They would have died together. Think about it. They would have like, okay, they did a part 2. Whoopi would have died in the first one. She would have tried to avenge her death. She would have died in the second one. Like that's how movies and shows is nowadays. So I get it. Who was your other ones that you had?
What was it? Dark Knight.
That's
Like Christopher Nolan just went to another level. And yeah, it's not just the performance, it's the writing. Because the writing carried that movie where it was like, yo, this is like, and then too many times I've been in the theater and like, you just feel like the shift in the mood, like everybody is all into this movie from the beginning to the end. From the opening shot, he set the tone. And that movie is flawless to me.
And this is the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed a movie to redeem him because he had a bullshit movie. I ain't gonna say the name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He had a bullshit movie. He had to redeem himself.
I couldn't believe he pulled that performance out. Like I seen Heath Ledger before that. Not that he was a bad actor, but I didn't know he had range like that.
See, certain actors, in certain moments, it takes that type of movie that's outside of your norm to do that.
Yeah.
Because the bullshit movie was outside his norm too. But I'm talking about what you call that shit?
Brokeback.
He was in that movie before he was the Joker, and it was just like even that movie. Like I ain't gonna lie. As a kid, I watched that movie, and it just didn't make it don't make sense for that to happen like that. But when you learn like, hey, they was trying to push that initiative and go that certain route for the world, it makes sense. But for him as an actor, it didn't make sense. He redeemed himself. The Dark Knight though.
That became like this ultimate.
I mean, that was damn near his last movie.
Yeah, he had one more. I forgot the name of it. It's a strange title. It's a strange movie too. It's like fantasy. But yeah, man, like a performance like that, it's like where do you go from there? Like I seen this movie get a standing ovation when it was like, yeah, that was fantastic. I don't have too many superhero movies, but The Dark Knight and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. You can give me them two. I don't really need to see no other. Black Panther was cool, but I had a problem with the way they put they brothers or cousins up against each other. It's like, man,
They used the
I
Martin
don't
Luther
like
King, Malcolm X kind of angle to like, hey, they gonna both die and they gonna realize like it's fucking same.
Yeah, I kind of had a problem with that. Man. Shout out to Ryan Coogler because that's another one of my favorite filmmakers. But yeah, they actually could have kept that, man. I just like the fact that it gave us something to go celebrate at the movies because we don't get a whole lot of those. And people showed up and showed out 2-3 times.
They could have did it back in the day. It would have been different, but they could have did it back in the day. But I feel like we ended up being the right action for it because had they did it back in the day, they would have West Snipes.
Yeah.
It's somebody else. They wouldn't have put another strong
If it wasn't
actor.
late.
Right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have put another strong actor next to him. They would have made him be Black Panther and they would have been like. It wouldn't have been like 1A, 1B actors. Even at that time, Michael B. Jordan had Creed, and that was like a commercial success. But you can tell he already had Fruitville Station, so he was already like a top actor. They don't, you know, rarely do you see a 1A, 1B actor type of situation. 1A, 1A. Yeah, they both had the same. I think my favorite movie is Scarface.
Really?
I watched it as a kid and it was a personal movie. Like, damn, like this thing really went from nothing, like from nothing to something.
Yeah.
And they just crashed out the end. Like he could like I'm an impulsive person. So like if I feel like I gotta say something to somebody, I'm gonna say it. I can't just be like even when I do mask it, I got a weird way of doing it to where like I might say something to you and you be like, oh okay, I get where you coming from. Like I'm just not a person to where I can just be like, I say nothing. I gotta see something. Do I when I go to a full extent? No. But I can appreciate him and his impulse. But that's where got him from nothing to something.
Yeah.
That was the original question.
And then even if you look at it just from like a different perspective, like who do you know like literally do shit like that? Like it was already in his pedigree. All it did was make it worse.
Yeah.
Like he came here as a refugee, was working for a nigga, killed a couple niggas, and then became the guy. And we head to head with the plug of the nigga he just replaced. And almost survived it. But he had his limits. I'm a crash out, but I ain't a full crash out. I ain't killing no kids. You know, you press my boundaries, I will take it that far. Like I appreciate that. Then you got Training Day. I like Training Day. But I wish they turned Training Day into like an actual TV show. So we can see the context of like how do you become a cop? Why did the Russians hit you with a switch in 2001? Like that shit crazy. You really got hit with a switch in 2001.
Yeah.
Like they overkilled him. I'm like, damn. What did he do? Like yeah, he owed me money. Don't get me wrong. That's enough right there. But like, I wanna see like the origin story. I really want them to make it a TV show, but I don't want them to make it cheesy where it's just like, okay, it's just a cop show. I want them to actually have like a premise to where why he had to do that.
That's what. It's breadcrumbs all through that movie. That just again going back and watching it, I'm like, oh, they were setting it up from the start. Like I see it now, but you know, just into watching the movie, there's a lot of stuff I was missing. Where I'm like, oh, okay, a couple of watches, all of this is making sense. Like this is detail oriented.
Because even when they killed Roger, that's the origin.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger didn't. Obviously, Roger knew what he was doing. But why did he flip him? And why was he trying to flip Jake? Like, why was it a circle of like, okay, you my trainee, come on, we out there. Still for Snoop Dogg. Down there kill this nigga. Why? I me just personally just ask that be I always ask that for those questions. Why was it turn? He was turning. I would say life too. Life. I watched that one as a kid, and then as I got older, I put the parallel between them and Harlem Nights. Because the movie is purely the same. Especially like from Eddie Murphy character, the references they use from in life from Harlem Nights. Like it's kind of the same, but it's obviously different than they in jail and trying to get out, trying to survive. The movie and the time it's in the same kind of universe. Like,
Yeah.
so I can appreciate that. That's just my.
I got a movie night. Now, some of the ones I kind of forgot, but like the brain like seeds is popping in my head. Like,
Yeah.
You know what else a good movie, but you would just kind of put it in like a 2B kind of like 5-0 kind of movie. Rest in peace, Fast Lane. He was in it. Sure dude with the braids. 5-0 where they was the two cops. I'll show you that. Yeah, that was actually a very good movie. You seen that movie? That was actually a good movie. Like, where the plot was, where like one group cop he wasn't really like his home foundation really wasn't all that good. Like his wife was kind of like skeptical. And yeah, when shit hit the fan, when they get actually caught up in big group of cops, his wife played a big part of how he got caught up, which is to me is like crazy.
I know coming up, there's a lot of the comedians. Comedians with range. So like, Sinbad I wouldn't say had the most range, but he just had funny movies to me. But like, Whoopi, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is at the top of that list. Robin Williams. I was about to say Harris, not Robin Harris. Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
Damn, who else? There was one more.
And you ain't gonna say Keenan?
Okay, with Keenan, I don't like. I got categories for people.
Oh, okay.
So I will put Keenan and Robert Townsend in that same category. That's the like pioneers, independent filmmakers. They was like blazing their own trail. I got a lot of love and respect for them for that. I don't think Keenan is like a great actor. I don't think he all that funny. It's like I think other people in the family kind of are more dynamic than him. But
who in the family would you think dynamic more dynamic?
oh, Damon take the cake on the family. That's like,
you know what? I can agree with you, but I can disagree with you too because it's like, yeah, you kind of like got like a more of like a monotone, funny, like you kind of gotta like really like, it's smart humor.
yeah,
Like with Keenan, he kind of pioneered, and this is a crazy take. He kind of pioneered more so of that like Seth Rogen early 2010 type of comedy where it's like it's not blatantly funny. It's like, oh, you said something, you be like, oh shit, like that's kind of funny. Like, what's dude name from The Office? I can't think of his name. Main character.
Steve Carell.
That type of comedy. Like he was the first comic that did that type of comedy. Seinfeld ended up doing it later, and he's the first person of that type of comedy where it was like, he's very intelligent. You got Joe Paul Mooney's, but he wasn't as known mainstream because of, he's right for Richard Pryor, right for other people. Keenan was like the first of that, where it's like, I'm gonna say some smart ass shit, but it's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of those type of people. Kind of cornered that way. But I would still say Damon is the more funnier than Dwayne. I like Marlon better personally, because that's just me as a personal. But I would say Damon is the funniest one.
I separate them. Well, I think naturally, but that's kind of tough because Marlon is naturally.
Yeah.
I think I give it to Damon because I've seen him on stage. So I like his stand up. I thought Marlon was like the best comedic actor, but like overall I give it to Damon. I think Sean just kind of found himself
in the middle,
in the spot, but I don't like his biggest talent is probably DJing.
But that's crazy though because Damon took a lot of smart humor from Keenan. Like my wife and my kids, yeah, it was blatantly funny, but it was a lot of smart humor.
Yeah.
Like especially when you get the interaction between him and the kids, and you can just say a lot of shit, and they be like, oh shit. And that's relatable because we all got a parent that, or somebody in our family that do that type of shit. I used to tell one of my cousins, like, oh, I'm ready to go. He's like, just get in your car and go. I ain't got a car. He's like, I know. I'd be like, damn, he fucked me up. Shit. All right, my bad. You ready? So yeah, I agree with you though. They need the funniest one. I just like the different elements of that family, like Keenan being the pioneer, him being like smart funny, Damon kind of being more smart funny, but with a different flair. Sean is more like he not like Marlon, but he not like Damon either. He not in the middle, like how we were saying. Marlon is more physical comedy. You know, he tell jokes, he gotta move and do it. So like, yeah.
He sell out for the joke. Like, he trying to get everybody to break character and all of that. Like, Marlon is dedicated to that laugh.
Yeah.
Kim is underrated in the family too. That whole family just too talented to like.
Yeah.
They need their own shrine in Hollywood, man. They give so much.
So like, with the show, like, what's the goal of the show? Like, do you want to be on obviously you want to be on a streaming network, or do you want to be based like YouTube, so you can kind of like control, like curate what you want to do? Like, what's your goal as far as with the show?
I think right now, YouTube.
Okay.
Building all this stuff. Still, I think the goal is eventually the streaming. I want to see that try. I don't know, it's just something I want to see that try. Before that,
Yeah.
and I feel like it makes sense too.
Yeah, and I like how you do that, because I think that's where a lot of shows that are on the come up is they try to like get as many TV actors as they can. They try to like oversaturate, like, okay, yeah, this is my show. I got, what's the boy that's always in the tube? We're gonna get him. I'm gonna get this guy, and this the movie. And it'd be like, nah, we gotta have someone for that are on the come up that, like yourself, you had to fight for these different like auditions to have that room and create a different show that's different than what we see. Cause I don't really watch. If you on Tubi long enough, it just autoplay. I fell asleep watching Tubi. I felt like I was watching the same shit. It was the same thing as the movie. Something like that. That ain't good stuff. That'll be wild, man.
I'm telling you, it was the same movie, just a different character name. That's another thing too. I feel like the tone, and that's why I wanted. I do like the goal is to go to the streaming platform, which I get there at any time.
Right.
All you gotta do is submit it. You just get to know what it is.
Like your distributor,
Yeah,
how
you just know it for the live. But the tone is different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Vibe is different. Storyline is different. Characters is different. That's what I love the actors. Because no matter how many people, we can see the same people too. I don't even want to say two. Just yeah,
I'm gonna be real. I just had I was talking to Tommy J. Will, and I was telling him like for a long time I thought Tubi was just Detroit actors. Like okay, what's his name? That he on 80% of his content is on the director. I can't think of his name.
oh.
I thought he owned it. Because when I first came out, even now, like 80% or 90% of their content is
Yeah.
distributor. I was like, oh, okay, Tubi, it's just Detroit shit. So like, I had a family member that was like, you watch this movie? I'm like, I'm watching TV. I'm like, man, I got TV. Watching TV. I thought this was some deep track shit. never thought it was like Nas on the Super Bowl. He got Fox now, so now they start. Tubi now ain't what Tubi was in the past. So are you gonna add new characters as the show progresses, or like, what's your thoughts on
right now? I want to see how this go. It's all about seeing how these first 5 episodes go, how the attraction is before just act on. Let's see what we do with the work that we have. You know what I'm saying? How we doing that? How we gonna continue to push it once it's out and whatnot. So yeah, it's just all about pushing what we have. Seeing what
So like, not to break the fourth wall, but like, how many episodes can we expect on the show?
right now, 5 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, cause some
Get you in, get you out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, it's all to the point. So, we answer whatever the first episode is, we answer whatever needs to be answered throughout the entire season, right? But then we open up the door for other stuff that can be answered. That's what it is, so, you know what I'm saying? It's all connected too, so.
And then, what was the time frame where y'all filmed it? Was this last year? Because I think I missed the context on like, how long have y'all been actually filming?
2 years. Yeah, 2 years. We finished October last year. So, that's just scheduling stuff, switching around.
So like, as far as the future of the show, like, depending on, it seems like you said, like, depending on the reception of the show, depending on the duration of the show. So like, have you already thought about where you want to pivot, depending on, your duration of the show? Like, have you already had a pivot for where you want to take the show or different ideas? Like
Show wise,
yeah, like as far as like, you said it's already 5, but it seems like you're saying that depending on the reception of that would kind of dictate the duration of the show.
Yeah.
So like, have you already thought about a pivot, whether no matter which way?
It's already together. And that's one thing I learned from, I low-key wanted to just do the first episode of the show and just try to pitch it.
Yeah.
Try my hand at that. Learn so much of like, I need to have, if I was gonna do that, I need to put in work to have like the first 2 seasons. Like create all that type of stuff. So doing that made me create so much for the show already. Outside of these 5 episodes. That's all. It's already together.
Is it a certain day that y'all drop or time frame?
So right now I'm just gonna prepare on like the 10th. The first 2 episodes. Another luxury cinema. The tickets are on Eventbrite. Y'all can come out, watch it with us. But I'm thinking May, late May.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, that'd be tripping on too. They be saying that, and I'd be like, where is that? Oh, okay.
That was actually my first job. So it's like a full circle moment. The manager, he's still there. I didn't know you was into the
What your
roll that
fuck
really
you found
out.
out what in the movie they got work here.
I just work here for fun.
Right, I was exactly.
Are you working on any other projects?
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, and like I got something like a short film that I'm thinking about. It's really more so just unrestricted or just push. I guess it's the producing part. You know how to just keep pushing it and whatnot. Yeah, outside of this, I'm back auditioning. I am in classes still. I'm still taking classes. Yeah, it's like 4 auditions in the past week. So
Is it easier now that you're on the other side of
I don't know. We gotta see how I do. We gotta see how unrestricted get me. No, but I mean, I guess that's what it seems like in the city. You got a name out there already. Gives you that works for me. I'm like you said, like that challenge. Put me in that room.
like my guy on the show?
Yeah, come on. I'm ready.
My whole life is in pivot mode right now, so I'm so available for stuff. It's just like I'm in really trying to make sure I'm networking with the right people. I don't want to get too far off course and start dealing with stuff. It's like, you know, like this is not bringing me nothing. I just wasted a lot of time, and that I can't do that. That's what kind of made me settle into so much solo with it. It just became such a job. It's like, even with everything set in the right spot, if I'm just doing like one-on-one video or something like that, it takes so much work. That after a certain point, it was just like, damn, like I can get so much done with a team. Like, why do I keep doing all of this by myself? It's like, it's the yourself. You find yourself working with people that are like, they don't have the same dedication as you, or the vision is different. They're trying to do this over here. It's like, all right,
Or a skill issue.
It's a lot of different factors that like I consider. Yeah, man, why do I keep doing it? I consider like I'm a reader, so being around people, I'm paying attention to your character when you don't realize that's happening. I gotta know that I can work with you. I gotta be able to disagree with you and still keep working. Like, I don't run away from confrontation that people, you might think I'm like contentious or whatever. I think it's necessary to have this conversation. And like, it should make us better, you know? Iron sharpening iron, steel sharpening steel. Like, if you can hold yourself accountable, then whatever somebody else is talking about should be no. You know, it's like, all right, am I doing my job or not? If there's something I need to work on, and you coming and telling me, all right, man, you kind of slacking over here, I should be able to receive that and do what I gotta do to fix it. Or if it's no problems, you know, it's like, okay, what I learned, even in putting myself in different spaces, is like, I did the organized sports. I know how to be a team player. So I don't have to be the star. I don't even have to be on camera. There's other stuff I can do. I can make myself useful in a lot of different ways. But I think I was just talking about this. It's like the idea of a role. Some people, that's off-putting to them. It's like, nah, man, everybody got their strengths and weaknesses. So if I know you better over here, then just play your role. That's gonna make everything better for the team. It shouldn't be no issue. But I don't know, it's the fact that I'm delegating or whatever, you know, it's ego. There's a lot of ego that get involved with this. I see what's happening with podcasts. That's what made me take a step back from the podcast. It's like, all right, what is this? This like beef is the currency now. Everybody is kind of selling beef, and like I don't like that. It's not respectful. It's like we got way too much that we can be talking about, way too much we can be informing our people on. But that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to get the clickbait.
And that's crazy because I really watch your content. I watch your show. You made a point to where it was like on podcasts, it seemed like people just want to get the women on there and just talk about like relationships
Oh yeah,
and shit like that. And it was just like bro,
just
if you scroll on Instagram or YouTube feed, you gonna see at least 60% of that before you see something that's gonna be like, all right, yeah, let me sit here and like actually like watch, pay attention to shit like that because it's so like saturated on drama.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I talk to different women. It's like, no, we having real conversations, and a lot of this stuff. What kind of dragged me into the podcast space because I wasn't really. I like doing my reaction videos and stuff like that, or just coming with my own perspective on what's going on, kind of like delivering the news. But podcasting, when I got an invitation, open invitation, and went and did a podcast, so I was like, oh, I can do that. But it's the outreach that I started getting from people, or like just the way they responded. It's like, man, you might want to like hold a space open for podcasting. You might have something going here because like people respond to just your
Opinion,
just realness, man. It's just, you know, I'm like, damn, man. It's a couple of times people hit me in the DMs after a pod or something like that. I'm like, oh shit, like it was just in the middle of conversation. I ain't put that much thought into it, but like perspectives, man. Is I see how much is lacking just because of how much people responded to somebody that's just like not here to perform. It's not all that. It's like this is real shit, you know. How I see life, how I view it, and how my experiences shape me. It's like it's bringing a perspective that like, it kind of seems like people hungry, but I can't figure out how to. It's a lot of like interpersonal stuff that got people really going for it. So like this content space, there's a lot of different things I like doing. But podcasting I take so personally that I won't pop up and do this again on a regular until I got the right situation. It's like I'll be working against myself. I honestly, because of the kind of conversations I have with women, I might pop up with a woman that might be my co-host or something like that, just because you'd be surprised a lot of people, well, this is a different spectrum, we hear it talk. A lot of people wonder, like, oh, do you even talk? Like, on the regular, I'm like, yeah, it just depends on, like, subject matter. I get up and get excited about certain conversations, and there's other stuff where I'm gonna just let you talk. I'm cool.
You talk the same way. I'm definitely more of like an extrovert. But sometimes certain people talk about certain shit, especially at the job or like certain like niche places. I'm like the other day, somebody asked me, like, do you talk? I'm like, yeah, I got a podcast. She's like, what? I started showing her. She was like, damn, why you gonna talk at work? My job to do that.
Yeah.
I'm here to do what I need to do. If we personable enough to where you can ask me a question, I ask you a question, we can person, it'll come up. But I ain't too pressed to be like, watch my phone. Like, you know, if you see it, all right, cool, you know. I'm already pushing out to enough people to where I'm cool. Like, I can pick and choose on like who I want to converse about, especially at like job.
Y'all got any issues with like marketing and self-promotion? Like a hang up or something to keep you from like pushing your product or having you be the face of like self-promotion and marketing and stuff like that.
I wouldn't say I do because I feel like I'm humble enough to where I can know where I'm fucking up. I know where like I did certain things now where I talk to bro all the time like, hey, we can do this better. Like, you know, outreach or like, you know, people underestimate outreach. Like, yeah, you have a podcast, yeah, you are a filmmaker, but are you like talking to people about these different things that you are portraying? So like, people always talk about like business and shit, but are you actually going to businesses and talking to people? You know, like, hey, like, oh, people want to, like, you were just saying, like, people want to, the women conversation, you actually have a girl. You actually, like, is this a fantasy world where you just get on the mic and you just start talking about shit you don't necessarily do? Or portray yourself to be like, do you actually talk to women? Or is it just like, fuck women, yeah, you man, like, this and that, all right, bye. Get off camera and be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas don't touch grass enough to be able to have those type of conversations or do certain shit. So like, I know I went off on what I was saying, but like, just I use it as outreach, but like just personability. Like, people just don't have basic personability where they're like, hey, like, you know, hey, you the film, you know, you may feel somebody might see you in public and like, hey, I seen your show. Like, certain other people don't know how to react to that. They just be stuck in it. So, this, like, you know.
So I might have a problem with the marketing a little bit. You know, I always say I don't know how I got into this field because I'm not the most talkative. A lot of people that might say, oh, you know, the people that know me and around me that's in this field, that met me through this field, they might know the most I heard them talk.
But when you talk about something you're passionate about.
No, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
When the conversation happens and whatnot. But like just out naturally, like I'm filmmaking, I got the show. Like,
but then sometimes it's also a good tool to have people that you know that can reflect how you want to be portrayed. So like you might not be the person to be like, hey, this is my show. You might be your man's. He might be better at that.
I just had a conversation with someone that I work with, and he was just trying to like really, pretty much what y'all just said. What you just said. I had said that part. I'm like, some people just not the most like people is hurt. You know, people like not in a bad way, but in a way like. They don't necessarily know how to explain things.
Most people who are like that are better behind the scenes. That's what the whole point of like what you said earlier, like having a team. Like I might not be the person to be I might not be the person in certain situations to be the upfront person to handle the situation. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the back end, but I need somebody that's gonna convey that message to the you know to where I'm trying to get to. Like that outreach, like I was just talking about, like, yeah, you know, you might have somebody on the team, like, hey, I need you to go to every event, movie event, and just pass off flyers, or just be like, hey, we got this show, like, you know, there's a link, watch it, like, or, hey, I got a podcast, like, go to the link and watch it, like, we all got something that, like, basically what you were saying that we could work on or we could do in order to further what we're trying to do.
I don't know if it's like again an older thing. But I like musically, when I was doing stuff musically, that early 20s, I was at the at the showcases, whatever. I perform, whatever. I have my merch, you know, table set up, vendor, you know, whatever. It's like, I don't know, just after so long of doing stuff, it's just
You get tired of the circuit.
you know,
It's a circuit for that type of shit. That's different because when you an artist, the obviously artist, you gotta play the game a little bit. When you a podcaster, you shouldn't have to play the game. When you a filmmaker, you shouldn't have to play the game because you're curating your own content. Like literally, you are making sure you're getting together. I'm not saying artists don't, but they got a producer, they got a manager, they got all these different elements where you are a singular creator. You necessarily don't have one that you just pick the camera, place the camera, get on camera, do what you do. Versus an artist, I got, producer. A lot of niggas ain't making their beats and rapping. It'd be hard enough for them to rap. But tell everybody where they can follow you and where they can watch the show.
I can follow me at OK Jams. That's OKJAMZ on Instagram, Facebook too. I can follow the TV show at Unrestricted TV series on Instagram and Facebook. Like I said, the show. YouTube. You got a YouTube channel for it. Under Jam Screen Studios. That's my production company. That's where the show will be release like I said, between May and June, as far as weekly. But we have the premiere on April 10th. That's better than 7 months. Y'all can just come out there on a quick sneak peek at the first 2 episodes.
And then,
You get tickets on Eventbrite. Just search your restricted. Should pop up. If you follow the pages, the link is in our bios. So, yeah.
Stoney, what you working on? What you got coming up next?
I'm all over this air. I'm like, man, pedal to the floor, man. I'm really trying to see. Like I said, it just opened up so many possibilities to me that now, man, like whatever I thought I threw that in the trash, and now it's like my mind is on some stuff that I wouldn't even consider a couple of months ago. So that's why it was like, man, if I'm in this space, I'm gonna take it seriously. So the first thing I did was pop up on the website. So sj511.com. That's a starting point for me, just taking myself seriously. I gave a lot to other people, and now I'm more focused on myself and taking care of my family and the people around me. We're gonna really take this into like the future, and like a hub. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking creatively, more than just filmmaking, more than just podcasting. I'm thinking like way bigger than I ever did before, and considering a lot of other people and what we can do together. So, man, I just say stay tuned. This next Man Up is another concept that at 3 different times I tried to get it started. It's been something that happened that like kept me from going. So I made sure that you look at this picture, at this logo, you see it's 2 black men helping each other. It's one of them pulling each other up. Just the whole idea of like black manhood and mental health and all of that stuff is important to me. Y'all hear me approach them subjects every now and then just because we don't have a whole lot of safe spaces. We don't have a whole lot of people that genuinely care about our well-being. So we got to start caring more about each other. I don't like the ridiculous competition that we have when a lot of times it's better if we just put it together. It's just a lot of people who can't get past their own ego to be able to see. Man, it's a lot that we can do if we band together with like bigger numbers, like whatever it is you're trying to achieve, man. It's a lot easier when you got it. So, shout out to all of the creators in this space, man. I pay attention to a lot. I try to support a lot. I know my attitude kind of shows sometimes when I'm speaking about this stuff, but it's only because I care.
Definitely, I appreciate y'all coming on the platform. Definitely, here talking. Definitely be here. If the trailer would definitely come up on the pod. So now already know what it is. We gotta run this thing. You know what I'm saying? We available time to pause. But I appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
It's been a visionary mind. I see it, I think it, I make it happen. Smoke some. Yeah, Stoney. We out. Peace. Shit. We had sent me the trailer. So, I will put it in the video.
Hey, it's over there partying.
Man, it seems like and every time we be recording, they just go crazy. I be like, damn.
It's hard.
They playing my shit too.
And you remember that one night they had like a party in there, like it was like the club.
Yeah. That's